Welcome back to lecture number 13 on unit number 1, properties of fluid. In fact, this will be the last lecture of unit number 1. This lecture, we are going to discuss the numerical on capillarity. As far as the numerical on capillarity is there is only one formula is associated. That is the formula of capillary rise or capillary depression, which is given by H is equal to 4 sigma cos theta upon gamma d. H is the capillary rise. Or depression, you can say. Same, in order to avoid confusion, you can use the same expression for capillary rise and depression. Only difference is that the value of H for depression will come negative. H is the capillary rise or depression. 4 sigma is the surface tension value. Theta is the angle of meniscus. Gamma is the specific weight of the fluid, and D is the diameter of the tube. So these are the parameters you have to memorize. So straight away we go to the numerical part. So already theory part we have covered in previous lecture. So determine the minimum size of glass tubing that can be used to measure the water level. The capillary rise in the tube is not to exceed 0.3 mm. Take the surface tension of water in contact with air, that is 0.0735 Newton per meter. The given quantities, the capillary rise in this case is given, and we have to take care there should not be the rise exceed this amount, that is 0.3 mm. So as it is a water, even though value of specific weight is not given, but as the water is a standard fluid, you must know the value of the H. So that is 9810 Newton per meter square. For water, the angle of meniscus is always 0 degree, and surface tension of the water is 0.735 Newton meter. So to be precise, it should be 0.0735 Newton per meter. So again, only one expression is applicable: 4 sigma cos theta upon gamma d. Only unknown is this equation is. So D is 100 mm. So if the diameter is less than 100 mm, then the capillary rise will be greater than 0.3 mm, which is not acceptable. So keep the diameter minimum 100 mm or greater than that to minimize the capillary action. So it's a simple problem. The second problem in this, the U-tube manometer, it is made up of 2 different capillary tubes. One is of 3 mm diameter, and another is, one is 3 mm diameter, and another is 5 mm diameter. The tube is held vertical, and it is partially filled with water of surface tension. Surface tension of water is given, and the contact angle is again 0 degrees Celsius. Determine the difference in level in the capillary. So difference we have to calculate. So first of all, we'll calculate the capillary rise in 5 mm. Then the formula remains same. So 5 mm diameter tube, we can consider D1 is 3 mm and D2 is 5 mm. So this is D1, this is D2, and gamma is 0.0735. Obviously, this diameter here, the capillary action is more, because so this level will go up, this level will go down. Only the difference we have to calculate. It's not gamma, it's actually sigma value, that is 0.073 Newton per meter. The contact angle is 0 degree. So this is the formula of H1. So considering 3 meter, the capillary rise is 9.92 mm. And if we use or find 5 mm diameter, the capillary rise is converted. But both tubes, the capillary rise is there. So both diameters are not suitable for manometer, in fact, because in both cases there is slight capillary action. And the difference between 2 tubes, so the level shows, so that is 3.96 mm. So even though both tubes are exposed to the atmosphere, still the level difference is there. This level difference is because of the capillary action. So that is 3.96 mm. This is error in measurement. So every time if we use this tube for pressure measurement, every time this is the additional pressure head which shows, which is not acceptable. So while designing YouTube manometer, care has to be taken that capillarity or capillary action should not take place. This is the difference in development. In the next problem, they calculate the capillary rise H in a glass tube of 3 mm dia when immersed in water at 20 degrees Celsius. The sigma of water is at 20 degrees Celsius is 0.073. Again, here this is a printing mistake. It is sigma here. What will be the percentage increase in the value of H if the diameter of the glass tube is 2 mm? So percentage increase, in order to first, again, we calculate H1 by considering diameter 3 mm. Rest all parameters are same, sigma value and gamma value. Similarly, this is H1. H2, that is 4 sigma cos theta, only the diameter is different, other parameters is constant. So H2 is this. So 3 mm is the initial diameter. So percentage increase in value because 3 mm to 2 mm. So initial minus final upon initial. The percentage increase is always almost 50% or 50%. So if the diameter is increased by 1 mm, sorry, diameter if it is decreased by 1 mm, the percentage increase in H is comparatively high. That is almost 50% rise is there. So in the next problem, so assuming that the interstices is nothing but the crack in a clay are of size equal to 1/10 of the mean diameter of the grain. Estimate the height to which the water will rise in a clay soil of average grain diameter of 0.048 mm. And the surface tension is values again given. So the given quantities are gamma is 9810 Newton per meter square. Surface tension value is given, that is 0.0, and 0 degree is the angle. So this is a clay. It's a grain diameter is given, that is 0.0. But what are the porosities there? So that porosity size is given. That is actually our diameter expected for capillary rise. So 1/10 of the diameter of the grain. So it is 0.0. So in order to calculate what should be the estimate the height to which or the distance traveled by the water in the clay. So again, this expression is used for rise or flow against the action of gravity, 4 sigma cos theta into gamma. So which value is 6.286 meters. So almost there is a displacement of 6 meters from the origin. So this way we can calculate, even this particular concept is useful for calculating the leakage seepages in the buildings because how much is the porosity. So due to porosity, there is a possibility of leakage or water can travel. So this is the distance traveled by the water to the porous material. Because this porosity diameter is very, very small, so the distance travel is also. This is a practical oriented numerical. So even capillarity can be this concept used for estimating the seepage. So that's it. At the end of this particular session, you should be able to apply the expression of capillarity. That means capillary rise or depression for solving engineering problems. So there is only one expression associated. Only thing is that if there are multiple parameter percentage increase, decrease, or then we have to use the same expression with and whether to subtract or addition, that part is needed. That's it. With this, we have finished the unit number 1 and covering all the contents of this syllabus. Thank you.